You're listening to a Listen Frederick podcast. Local podcasts, live radio. It's Listen Frederick.
And now, your hosts of Steeples and Peoples podcast to tell you about all things Frederick County, Maryland. Here's Mark and Terry Meriday.
Always clowning around, juggling, joking, and making others smile. That is clearly the MO of our guest this week on the Steeples and Peoples podcast. Mark Lohr has been entertaining since his teen years, and his business, Theatricks, is a Frederick-based company that has entertained all over the world. Mark chats with us about how he got into entertaining and why he continues after 20 plus years. It's not just Mark, though, who brings the laughs. It's a family affair, and he talks about that as well. You want to learn to juggle? Maybe pull a rabbit out of a hat. Wait, he doesn't do that, but he does eat fire. He will talk all about it on this episode. Find out how you can get your kids ready for the after-school program next summer. They will never want to leave. Yes, another episode of the Steeples and Peoples podcast with Terry and Mark Meriday. Hi, everybody. Terry, what a wonderful day to be out actually taping this. I got to take that back, Terry. It's just not a good day. It's raining. Right. We're in a 7-day stretch of rain. Ugly weather, but great for the plants, huh?
Mm-hmm. Very, very true.
Well, Terry, I'd like for you to share with everybody just exactly where we are today.
It's more who we're with.
Yeah, it is. It is.
Well, it's a good location
as well. We're in his kitchen, so we're good.
I feel like it's a long-lost friend, to be honest with you.
I do, too.
I know. You do kind of date back. But we're with Mark Lohr today. He's the owner and starter of Theatricks, a circus experience. And Mark, thank you for joining us.
Sure. Thanks for having me in my kitchen.
Yes, thanks for inviting us into your kitchen. So, a bit pre-Theatricks, a little bit about you. Maybe were you born and raised? You want to start there? Or?
Well, I mean, the house we're sitting in is where I was raised. Nice. I was born in Frederick. Wow. Grew up in Frederick. Went to school in Frederick. TJ graduate. Sports. That was my thing. A little bit with the stage at first, but not a lot. Mainly sports. And then high school, I got into sports and not sports, theater. Then I met a gentleman in doing shows with the Frederick Town Players outside of high school, and his name was Tom Dougherty, and he started Theatricks.
Oh,
with a team of really, really neat artists. Julie Herber was his wife at the time. Joanne Herber at the time. Just Tim Marone, another Frederick native. You know, just a wonderful cast of characters, I would say. But that's when the circus program started.
Oh, okay.
He gave me the task of, I'm going to teach you this, okay? But your job is to share it, to teach it, because there aren't a lot of places to learn circus arts and the clowning and everything that I do. So that was 1989. I think that journey started.
Okay.
And now, how many years now is this?
Just a few years later.
Quite a few. But I'm the head honcho of the Theatric Circus program.
That's pretty neat.
Yeah.
Are you related to the Lohrs who used to have the restaurant?
That's my dad. I used to wait tables there too.
Wow.
So, yeah.
I miss that place.
And the Village downtown. It was Lohr's and the Village, which is now Cafe Nola.
Oh, interesting. Wow. I think I remember being the Village when we first moved here many moons ago.
Right.
Yeah.
It was a great downtown diner. Loved it. I had my dad and my mom divorced when I was young, but through the Village we had many mothers for my brothers.
I bet.
So we learned how he performed and go to.
We did learn how he performed.
Well, that was my next question.
Yeah. Okay. So, how long have you been around your role? You and I met each other. Well, you probably met my wife too, but I remember you clearly from the YMCA. Yeah. Your kids went there, right?
Yes,
and our kids went there.
Yeah.
And you did so much stuff for them. You were always there.
We had Theatricks was there at one point at the YMCA. You know, we would we would do camps in the summer. Not a long series, usually one. But the Healthy Kids Day, we were a staple there for quite some time, doing clowning or stilt walking. That's where I got that picture of us.
Oh yeah.
I got to dig that up, man. That's a great picture.
I want to see that picture.
I remember that.
Yeah, absolutely. I felt really short that day.
Yeah, well,
I feel really short most
I'm
days.
sorry, I didn't mean to belittle you.
It was okay.
It happens. When
He
you're
was
9
on
feet
his
tall.
stilts, of course.
I was 9 feet tall.
Yeah.
Come on. What's a guy to do?
Yeah. So talk about what encompasses theatrics. What all do you do within the company?
You said it's theater.
And circus
And
tricks
tricks.
combined. That was the origin of theatrics. That's where it came from. And I've taken it to be more circus tricks. We don't really do as much of the family theater as we once used to. We used to put on family theater productions of The Three Little Pigs, Snow White. We did Peter Pan at the Weinberg a long time ago. Yeah, love the Weinberg. And also it's a great vaudeville house because my clowning comes from the vaudeville baggy pants type comic. Tom taught us that with the theatrical background, the acting, and really it's not just pretending to be silly, it's being a character. So that's where our clowns originate from. And
So Tom taught you stuff. Do you pattern, or have you patterned who you are after watching certain performers do certain things?
oh yeah, oh my goodness, Buster Keaton, Harold Lloyd, Charlie Chaplin, Laurel and Hardy, all those guys, Bill Irwin, we were talking about him earlier today. I watched all these guys, studied their material, and there's little pieces of me. Three Stooges, oh my gosh, I have little moments when I bring out some curly,
Mark loves the Sturgis.
Nice guy, eh?
I obviously can't stand them.
Oh no! You might have to trade
Sorry.
seats now. I'm sorry.
Everything else is great.
Hey, look, we have a curly, right? Look.
Yeah.
Right, there he is. So Tom. Oh my God.
Too.
Okay. I'm just gonna leave. So Tom kind of handed this over to you and said like, "Hey, you're gonna teach people, keep this going." So you tell us a little about your mission, and you are a nonprofit. I mean, was that kind of part of it?
501(c), however those numbers and letters go.
Yeah.
My mission is to uplift kids, to help them improve their self-image. To give some kids. A lot of times we'll get kids in who may not be great athletes or whatnot. That's the thing that drew me to circus, was the fact that I was a good athlete, and I found that I could do these really cool things.
Yeah.
But I love the fact that don't get me wrong, give me a great athlete and we'll do amazing things. But if I can take some kids that just don't feel like they're athletic, and then I can teach them how to juggle or spin a plate or maybe walk a wire or do some basic tumbling, because some of these elements are missing from public schools now.
There's a
gym
lot
classes
of missing from public schools.
Well, yeah. Oh my gosh, yeah. Lots. Maybe there's a couple too many elements in there too. But anyways, but to teach them how to get in touch with their physicality and actually do things when they think they didn't before. That lifts them up.
Yeah.
That makes them feel better. It makes them stronger. And I just love seeing that. Like we're plate spinning, plate spinning
I think it's like wow, I can do that.
Yes, that expression on their faces, that light up, and you see that, and that, oh my God, that makes it all worthwhile.
And of course, you've got the kids who aren't really athletes, but they're coordinated.
Yeah.
That can do stuff, and that gives them a sense of satisfaction. No question about it. Have you had any kids that work with you in a camp or, whatever, have gone on to do something and came back to you and said, hey,
I have had old students come back to me with their kids and we teach their kids now. That has been something that's been really special for them to remember the experience that they had and remember the successes they had to put their kids in our program as well. That is cool. That is really enjoyable.
We have this friend who, I don't know if she still does it or not, Caravia, shout out to you, kid.
Caravia.
She's a clown in the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade.
Nice.
And
That's like a big thing.
I really want to do that.
Yeah.
I want to be in that parade. I'm a clown. I just don't.
it's a little more than that.
I just don't act every day in front of my family, but I got a clown in school, so I keep their attention.
Well, yeah, you're a performer. You teach school
every day. I'm a high school teacher.
Oh my, yeah! Every day you're on. You got to be. If you're not on, you're not engaging.
My family always says to me, I'm like Mary Poppins in the morning, and I said because the kids are still sleeping till about 11 o'clock.
But I mean, he starts work at 7.
Right.
You know what I mean? So he's got to be on point.
But that's something I've always wanted to do.
He gets up and he's like singing through the house. It's like, can I just please have my first cup of coffee and then we'll talk.
You keep it down over there.
That's me.
Yeah, quit being so happy.
Yeah.
He's all
What's wrong with you?
It's just like, Jesus. I don't function till 9. My first class, I teach too. My first class is usually at 9:30, so I'm a little bit later.
We would do professional development programs too for teachers. Going in and teaching the circus skills and the physical performance and things.
Did you like team building?
Yeah.
Ooh.
We can run a group of adults through it.
You could chuck flaming spears at each other. No,
that's not quite a circus skill.
That's just my workplace.
That's like I have volunteered for tribute kind of thing.
I could think of some people I'd like to see try and eat fire.
Yeah.
No offense, anybody. Okay, so we can hire you for a performer or to do an event. Can you tell us a little bit about that? What it entails, what we can get you to do if you come out?
Well, you got a couple options. We can do a stage show, which is a nice focused event, guaranteed to create memories. And that's another thing about what we do is it's about creating, when we perform, it's about creating multi-generational memories within a family group.
Yeah, absolutely.
We get the child to laugh, and then mom and dad will laugh because the child's happy, and then they'll and then the grandparents are there. I love those situations. I love that audience because it's family, it's friendly. That's what we specialize in, and we, like I said, stage show, focused event, music, stage, high energy. Great. You never know what's going to happen, so you're like a little bit on the edge of your seat and a little bit back, like, oh my goodness, what's going to happen? But we can also do what's called strolling, is where we show up. Like we were just at the Mount Airy Spring Fair recently.
Yep.
And we had a stage show. We had strolling artists who would basically stroll through the event and interact with the clientele, in an improv type basis. We have shtick, we one suitcase. We always say the clown carries 2 suitcases. One suitcase is his character, okay, and that's the costuming and how you walk, how you move, how you interact, and how you interact with the world around you. And then the other suitcase has all your skills and all your shtick in it. So the juggling and the stilt walking and all that stuff would be in the other one.
Are you a Maryland medical cannabis patient? Are you interested in learning how to become one? Visit gleaf.com for all the information you need to get started today. All first-time patients at G-Leaf, Frederick, and Rockville dispensaries receive 20% off all G-Leaf products on their first order. They are also proud to offer veteran and senior discounts, as well as everyday deals on your favorite cannabis products like flower, concentrates, vaporizers, edibles, topicals, tinctures, and more. What makes it even better is you don't need to waste gas. G-Leaf offers free delivery to most of Maryland. Visit gleaf.com on your mobile device or computer to place your order today. That's GLEAF.com. Medical cannabis is for qualified Maryland patients only. Discounts cannot be stacked. Do you do you continuously learn how to do new things? I mean, it's probably a crazy question, but, you've got this repertoire, this belt full of things that you know how to do. Right. Do you continuously seek and add to your repertoire?
I am always looking for new skills that I can pick up and learn, always. But I do have like I said, I have my bag of tricks. That I'm always tweaking and always making better, or trying to add something to them. Either it's more entertaining, or it's harder, or it's just funny, to do something. So you're always sharpening your skills, per se, every day, no matter what. I may not have thrown a lot of new stuff out there, but what I have, always making it better.
That's awesome. You have to. So, school programs. I know you. When we talked a little bit, people saw us talking a little bit about you doing school programs, after school programs. Can you actually get into talking about that a little bit more?
Sure. We do a couple. Right now, we have a new program starting with Middletown through the Parks and Rec. Wednesdays, I think it's at 5:00. We do about a 60 to 90 minute class. It's kind of a mini version of our camp once a week. And it's, we do a warm-up, we do some stretching, and then we work through our skills, and we do some clowning. Usually about 7 sessions, and then we do a final performance with the kids. Have them show off.
Walk me through one of the class. You just say clowning. Like, what are some specific things that you maybe do, like juggling?
Well, that's not necessarily clowning, though, but it can be made into clowning if you do it the right way. Clowning is the acting segment, okay? And we also do slapstick, learn how to take trips and falls. And we always say the slapstick is the ancient art of beating each other up without getting hurt.
Three Stooges.
With no hands.
Bingo.
Yeah.
Three Stooges.
A little eye poke there, and a little, oh, ow, you got me in the face, stomping on feet, and, that traditional vaudeville.
Nice guy.
Yeah.
I guess they just want me to get up and leave right now. I don't know if that's like that one. Well, we went to Niagara Falls.
Niagara Falls! Slowly I turn.
We went there a few years for like summer vacation. And I had to hear that like every 10 minutes out of Mark's mouth. Until I finally I asked him as nicely as I could. I'm like, could you really just stop saying that?
But that's
because like
Lucy.
Once or twice is fine.
That's Lucy, though. That's not Three Stooges. That's one of the greatest female comics of our time.
It's annoying after 14 times. That's all I'm saying.
To some people, maybe.
Do you have adult classes?
Yes.
Tell me about those. Mark
well,
wants to learn something, I'm sure.
We don't have it scheduled yet, but we're always looking to fill an adult class, 18 and over, because right now we work with 7 to 18, 8 or 17-year-olds. That's kind of our camps and everything are targeted. But that 18 up, we started a class last year. We just haven't got the momentum on it yet. Sure. So we're going to continue that.
I
think so.
Absolutely.
There's a Circus Harmony out in St. Louis. I was just watching the other day. They had an adult program. They actually had the adults put on a show as well as a culminating of that to their program.
I need like a big red nose.
Isn't your nose big enough? Just have us some paint.
Geez.
A little paint.
Rainbow wig.
Aww.
Don't go there.
We used to go. My parents took us to Ringling Brothers, Vernon Valley. They used to go around to the different venues.
Very
and then
familiar.
my brother and I, as grown adults with our own kit, they came to somewhere in D.C. or somewhere, and we took our kids because it was just like nostalgic. Like, oh my gosh, we used to do this when we were little.
Yeah.
But it was kind of it was amazing. It changed a lot. But the theatrics and things were what was added, like the so that was really cool. But my mom always tells the story. We'd sit in the front row and the elephants would walk by, back when they could have the animals, and it would like swing, and she thought she was gonna get like hit by like we were that close.
We sat ringside for the Big Apple Circus once, and then I had the Liberty Act, which is horses. Okay, and you know why the ring is the size that it is?
No.
It is the smallest diameter that a horse can comfortably gallop.
Yeah. See?
That's why it is. Because circus came from American Western shows here in the United States, a lot of that. So that's why the ring is the size.
Well, that's interesting. See, you've just been educated.
We've all been. The
Liberty Act was going right around in front of us, kicking up dirt, sawdust, and we were sitting. Whoa!
It must have been kind of cool, though.
I was at Universal down at National Harbor, and they had the elephants. And this is the first time we ever saw this. They actually had them on a raised ring.
God.
So we got to sit ringside for that one. But they were like right there above us. Like, oh my God! It was amazing. Loved it.
Kind of cool.
We got to ride elephants when I was in the circus. I got to feed the elephants. We got to hang out. They are, oh my gosh, they would give the elephants water, right? So here's what they do. You would think, all right, time to water for the elephants. Go over, come on guys, come up to the bar. No, what they do is they take the hose, okay? They hook it up to the spigot, and they and then they turn it on, and not a drop spills.
Oh my!
Elephants, it's like a straw. They're going.
That would be fun to see.
Oh my God, it was crazy. But the other end of that,
literally.
Yeah, literally
the other end of that. That's like nonstop.
We were in the ring. We were in the center ring. The elephants were in ring 1, and suddenly one let loose the waterworks, and it was like, holy, quick! I need a lifeguard. You know?
Oh my God!
Wow, it was amazing.
Funny. So, what circuses have you've worked in?
I toured with George Carton International Circus, which is one of the largest shrine circuses out there. The Shriner Circuit is huge for circuses to run and play their different dates. I've done promotional work for Cirque du Soleil at different locations when they've come into the area. Worked alongside Ringling, the Clyde Beatty Cole. No, not them. We actually got a chance to perform with, it's not Clyde Beatty Cole, but I'm thinking it's Kelly Miller. They came through, and when I worked with my friend Michael Rossman, he has another circus program I helped him start up in Baltimore, and they let the kids come in before the show and kind of they got into the ring and they did their thing right before the show started. It was great.
Oh, that's fun. So I think what's happened over time is they've removed the animal piece.
Some of
you
them.
Feel like I think, and that's
Barnum and Bailey's done though, right?
No, they're coming back.
Or are they coming back?
They're coming back, and it's kind of a different format. It's more of a theater circus.
And that's what it's like
stages and things. From
the
what
ribbon dance, when they hang from the that
silks, aerial silks.
I think I'd be good at that. I wouldn't fall to my death or anything.
Oh, no.
I would be like a natural.
Not at all. As long as there's a mat and a net.
Show me how.
Be okay.
I would be so good at that.
Yeah. I'd like to be shot out of the cannon.
I would like to see that.
That might be kind of fun.
You would like to see that.
I would.
Especially when he says, Niagara Falls!
I will shoot him myself.
Slowly return.
Yeah. Okay.
Over the falls.
Oh, my God. Oh, that's okay. Anyway. Summer camps. We got some coming up now. I know you're having them every year. You tell us a little bit about your summer camps and where they're located. I was amazed. You're different locations. You don't have a space.
No, we don't. We are guerrilla circus instructors. We show up to your location and then we teach. Nice. But awesome. Eventually someday here at the Funny Farm, our residents will have a physical, permanent location. But we will still go out. And because it's easier to reach.
Just build a big. Yeah. Just get on there. Just build a big
right
building.
Now. Hold on, I'll be right back.
Go get a hammer. You can pull it off.
If I had a hammer.
The summer camps.
He's a lot like
circuit. Me. I know. This is very difficult for me to be sandwiched in between you two. Theatricks, Circus Experience, and Camp Spectacular.
Well, they're both the same program. But we got into the catalog for the Parks and Rec, and I didn't catch that before I went out to.
So they just changed.
Yeah.
So you're at the Banner School.
Frederick's
County Parks and Rec, and where
we're
else?
At 3 locations for Frederick County Parks and Rec.
Is that in the middle or in the school? They're the schools.
We've
done a few programs.
Rec centers. So we just finished up with Middletown. Had a great program out there last week. This week it's a 4-day week. I don't like doing 4-day programs because it's oh my God, it's exhausting for us.
Moving it to 3.
and then the kids, because we do a show and the last day is typically prep for the show. So there's a lot we have to do, and I just feel 3 days or 4 days is not enough, and it's 3 days because you lose a day. So we're at Middletown, which we just finished. We're going to go to Walkersville. We're going to go to the FSK Center out on Rosemont. That's Frederick County Parks and Rec. We're going to be at the FSK Mall with free range kids. We're going to be at the Banner School next week, which we're completely full. We have rooms in the other camp, but the Banner School is completely full. It's great.
How far in advance should people be looking if they want to get into your camp? Let's say they're okay, we're booked for this year, but our kids would love that for next year. How far in advance should they?
I'd look in January.
I was going to say, we always register by March. The day registration opens, you have to be in.
If you want your first pick.
Especially Frederick County Parks and Rec, and the YMCA was like that too. You have to grab them because there's a lot of people that like those good programs. Right. And you're at FCC also?
FCC as well.
Don't forget them.
It just... We reach in there, we make it fun, but we also tell the kids there's work involved. That not only are we lifting up the kids and building their self-image, but we're also teaching them how to learn a new skill and what it takes to actually learn the skill, not just, I quit, and then I'm moving on to the next thing. No, you stick with it for a little bit.
They can actually practice at home? Like certain
yeah,
things, you know what I mean? Kind of continue that after camp, I would imagine.
They can. We show them either how they can make stuff of their own, like juggling. If you want to learn to juggle, take 3 pairs of balled up socks.
Yeah.
It's a decent weight. Doesn't hurt anything. Juggle over your bed because
you're not doing bowling balls.
Yeah, that wouldn't be a good to start. Yeah, machetes and bowling balls and fire. Don't start there.
Yeah, don't start with
that's
fire.
An advance. That's week 2.
Okay.
How did you learn how to swallow fire? Right.
Yeah.
Like, how do you learn that? Don't worry, I don't want to. I'm impressed.
Well, I
it's
saw
like trial and error. Or is it? It's you don't have to tell us the secrets, but. Yeah, how do you learn that?
Well, I saw Tom.
Tom did it.
He did it, and I was like, I want to know how to do that because I was 18 at the time. I was like, I need another crazy thing in my bag of tricks.
Yeah,
not just for performing, just because I want to.
Speaking of repertoire, add the fire.
I swallow fire.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know.
Well, I would say something that I don't swallow, but I wouldn't.
Touch that. We're back to our that's what she said, but that would be worse.
But it's true.
We're
you don't
keeping it PG.
swallow fire. You eat fire. There's a difference.
Oh,
that's why I'm here to learn.
See,
you eat fire.
You eat fire. You don't swallow fire.
All right. I apologize for my mistakes.
Probably would go out like.
It just shows you how I'm here to learn.
That's why we do these things, isn't it?
That's right.
That's right. It's about education.
So we've talked about all of your partnerships that you have out there in the community. Are you looking to build with anybody else as well?
Sure. I'm always looking for different places, different venues, different organizations to partner with.
Too bad you couldn't get into like Frederick Community College and offer a theatrics class.
Who knows?
Yeah, that would be a great elective. That would be, even adult learning type of thing.
Mm-hmm. That's one I've started contacting some local colleges too about doing a program up there where they're just separate. Offer us, our outreach program. We'll be at Hillcrest through
not PE, but theater.
Well, it's both. That's the beautiful thing about Circus. It's both. Touches on both. Actually, juggling is in the Frederick County or the Maryland State curriculum for schools.
Is it?
It is.
We don't teach that in my school.
Yeah, I know.
I'm gonna have to talk to our RT.
Yeah.
Corp, I'm coming for you.
So, hey, he knows a guy that can, make this happen.
Get that started.
I got all the stuff. It's okay.
Your staff, who helps you out? I know you said your kids, but
and not your wife.
No.
We made
My
that
wife
very clear.
She's a music teacher, elementary, so she's always busy, always working on stuff. Yeah. Did you hear that?
Vincent would always get in trouble in music. I don't know why. I think it was the noise.
But Jenna was voted.
Oh my God!
Fifth
grade. She was most likely to be a singer, a professional singer. And I have the star that she got in 5th grade, and it's on our refrigerator.
Sorry, Jen.
I think I just put it there. Oh, the girl, like me, cannot carry a note for 2 seconds.
Me, on the other hand, I could be a singing clown.
Singer.
Hey, you could do telegrams.
Yeah.
Telegrams.
Come on, let's bring them back.
I like that. We should bring that back. You can't go door to door. People would shoot you.
Singing emails. It would be, I printed out your email.
Okay. Your staff.
The staff, they're all related to me. They're all Lohr's. There's Genevieve. She's the oldest. She is our stage manager. But yet we're all performers as well. But Jenna's she's basically running the program right now. I'm fighting an injury, so I'm not as involved as I typically am.
Can't jump up on those stilts? Is that what you're saying?
Well, I can, but if I do...
you need a bottle of time.
Yeah, or more, yeah. If you see here, so here's Jenna. She's running the program. It's great TV viewing, I know. Grace, she also, during COVID, they both took over the program. Grace ran the program completely. It was a lot smaller because no one was allowing us to go out to do anything. Absolutely. But these two girls right here, Genevieve and Grace, the heart and soul of the program. They've been working with me since they started when they were 5. Mm-hmm. That's how all this stuff got started. Well, besides Tom, but I would go out and do programs, and they would work with me as they grew up. They started out as you're the role model. Here, look, kids, look, same age as you. These girls, same age as you, but they can do this. So you can too. They can look at me as some old guy who's been juggling for 15 million years. And
sure.
It's not as relatable, but they see them and it's like, oh, okay. Don't give up. Don't quit.
It's pretty cool, Mark, though, that they wanted to do that. Sometimes kids are...
I'm sure they didn't have a choice.
Did they want to do it? The girls, did you want to do it?
What's your favorite, what's your favorite thing? Juggling, what gives you the most kind of pleasure of seeing the look on people's faces, maybe? That's what gives you the most...
I love...
Is there anything...
I love the laughter. I love hearing, especially when you have... a group of kids that we're a little jaded now. They're used to video games and stuff. But when you can get a group of kids to sit down long enough to watch my stupidity, my insanity, because that's what the clown is. I'm a big child, right? And I haven't I have this tray stand routine. I come out, I set up this TV tray stand. It takes me 20 minutes. Okay, 20 minutes. But they sit there and they laugh and hearing the sounds, and then they're telling me what I should do, and then it's just the interaction between the two when it's in kind of a calm manner where they're not getting a little too, because sometimes they get too excited. But that is a joy, and then hearing the parents and the rest of the family having a good time, just through. I'm not really doing the most impressive trick. I'm not out there juggling 5 balls. But the way I was trained was, you have the comedy, you have, the stupidity, if you want to say, but you also are able to come out and do some pretty cool juggling tricks or whatnot too. That's the topper.
Yeah.
You start in as, this guy's an idiot, but oh my God, he's funny. And then, holy crap, did you see what he just did? It's that.
And then the coup de grace. Eating fire.
But eating.
Eating fire. Eating fire.
Well, that trick is outside, and I don't do it a lot because, it's frowned. If you go into a school program, they say, so what are you doing? You're going to juggle, you're going to do pratfalls, and you're going to eat fire. Oh, anyway, you can take the fire part out.
Can you replace it with something else?
A lot of kids going home that night. Hey, Mom, watch this.
We don't recommend trying this at home.
Yes, please don't.
Oh, my God.
Trained professionals.
Yes.
Well, professional, no, trained. I don't know. One something or other.
Mark, can you share with everybody your website, social media handles, all that kind of stuff, so they can not only follow you, but find out where you may be coming up in the not so distant future?
The best place to see us is on Facebook, because I'm an old guy. That's where all those old people are, right? We're on Facebook.
We're on Facebook.
Right? That's where I post them out. My daughter Grace, who's on a cruise ship in the Baltic, doesn't do as much of the social media as she did when she was home.
Right.
So, I think there's a Twitter thing. I think there's a Snap thing. There's
MySpace.
Yeah.
No, there's no MySpace.
Oh, my God. I
That's
can't believe you said that. Or you can go to theatricks.net. That's theatricks.net. That's our website.
Well, this has been fun, sandwiched in between. And then
2 marks.
You're 2 marks. So
Marks
I'm in my 2
squared.
marks.
Mark squared. That's right.
Yeah,
2
Mark squared.
Or
X marks
as they say in France. Duh.
Thank you, Mark, for your time and your knowledge. I learned. I was corrected happily. And I learned a lot. This is fun.
Boop, 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 boop.
Oh, my
Womp, 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 womp.
You're lucky we didn't talk any Laurel and Hardy. I love those guys.
I like
Did you
them.
see
I do like them.
the movie that came out not too long ago?
No.
It was Riley, I can't remember the actor who does a lot of stuff with Will Ferrell. He was on Tegalia Nights, the Step Brothers.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
He played Hardy.
Really? I'll have to look that up.
Oh, it's like their last tour
Okay.
in England, and it's really well done. And they really, the comedy, when they did the comedy, they did it really well.
I used to watch their TV show, the movies that they had on Sunday mornings.
Yeah,
I watched them every Sunday
And
morning.
here in this living room, there was a little tiny TV in that corner.
Black and white, baby. Yeah.
It's about this big. And then the Three Stooges. Did you see the movie?
Yeah.
Oh my God, we love that film. That's one of our favorites. We sat here. I brought Tom Dougherty. He sat right there. In the beginning, how they're like they breaking into like the musical thing.
Yeah.
We're like, Tom, you're gonna love this. We didn't tell him about that. And he's sitting here. He's like, oh my God, what? And then later days, put that soccer can back in the equipment shed where it belongs. And then
What's wrong with you, knucklehead?
Oh my God.
Okay. Thanks again.
I got to tell you guys, when we got out of the car to interview Mark, it was one of the coolest things. I have known him for years. Our kids, as we talked about in the episode, had gone to the YMCA, and he would be doing all those different things at the YMCA, and he would always interact with me. So that was just really, really cool to see him and talk to him after many years of not seeing him. His website is theatricks.net. His phone is 301-693-3557. You can email Mark at Lohr, Lohr at yahoo.com. You can find him on Facebook at Theatricks. You can also find him on Instagram at Theatricks_circus_experience. Check out the Steeples and Peoples website, steeplesandpeoples.com, to see everything we have going on with the Steeples and Peoples podcast, pictures, all our episodes, and again, we've got all this merch that we've put up there for you guys to buy and help support the podcast, as well as get the message out and make Frederick County proud of our podcast. Join our Facebook page at Steeples & Peoples. Join the conversation on Twitter, and also reach out to us on Snapchat. Both of those are Steeples Peoples. You can follow us on Instagram and watch those TikToks at Steeples & Peoples. Feel free to let us know if you have any comments, questions, suggestions for future guests by emailing us at steeplesandpeoples@gmail.com. Our voice intro and outro were done by our good friend Steve Medley.
Don't forget to like, subscribe, and follow us to find out what's going on in all things Frederick County, Maryland. And join our Facebook group to enter our weekly giveaways at Steeples and Peoples.